"This looks like a wedding gift," Soumya Sekhar Sahu, a 26-year-old software engineer, told Reema, his 22-year-old wife of only 5 days, on the 23rd of February 2018 when a courier delivered a parcel as they were preparing lunch in their newly built family home in Patnagarh, a small town in Odisha, India. A tattered sticker on the box said it had been sent from Raipur, a city about 230 kilometers away in a neighboring state. "Strange, I don't know anyone in Raipur," Soumya said as he opened the box. This would be the last words Reema heard her husband speak. What she remembers next is a flash of light and a huge explosion before she was knocked off her feet. The blast was so powerful that it ripped the plaster off the ceiling, cracked the walls, and sent the kitchen window flying into a nearby field. Reema survived, though seriously injured with burns on her face and arms and her eardrum punctured, but her husband and his grandmother, who was visiting the couple at the time, tragically suffered burns on 90% of their bodies and died on the way to the hospital. So who sent them this lethal wedding gift bomb, and was the killer caught? For more than a month, 24 investigators questioned over 100 friends and relatives of the couple, looked through thousands of cell phone records, and drew up a list of more than a dozen possible suspects, but the case was going cold with no firm leads. No one had the faintest idea who killed Soumya, and his father said they were simple people leading simple lives, had no enemies, and couldn't guess who could have done such a horrific thing. The only thing the police knew for sure was that the parcel had been sent from Raipur, using a false name and address. The sender had carefully chosen the courier company, for there were no CCTV cameras in the office, and the parcel was not scanned. During this time, Reema was still in hospital and her parents hadn't told her of her husband's death, a fact she belatedly learned from an old newspaper in her room. Shockingly, a family member whipped out his phone and recorded her breaking down, wailing inconsolably, and this was shown on local TV later that evening. Then the police chief of Balangir, a rural district in Odisha, received a letter marked as important. The parcel with the bomb was sent in the name of S.K. Sinha, not R.K. Sharma, the anonymous sender said, and the reasons for the blast were the groom's betrayal and money, before adding, "Even killing the whole family cannot compensate our loss." The letter also claimed that 3 men had undertaken the project, and they were now far away, out of the reach of the police. This letter became the turning point in the investigation. Investigators sent a copy of the letter to the parents of the deceased groom, and asked them whether anyone suspicious came to their minds. It was then the victim's mother, a teacher at a local college, thought of someone who could possibly have written the letter, saying this person had a habit of using the phrase, completing the project. The police had called in Punjal Mayor, 49, for questioning a week after the fatal blast, when the victim's mother told them that he harassed her after she replaced him as principal of the college the previous year. The two had reportedly humiliated each other in public, but the police found nothing solid to continue to question him, and wrote the incident off as a case of workplace politics. His Facebook pictures show him to be a flamboyant man, who usually dresses in formal suits and shiny ties, and in one picture, he is sitting astride a motorcycle, wearing an orange shirt and sunglasses. They decided to bring him again for further questioning, and he told them an incredulous story. Claiming that a man stopped him when he was out on his evening walk, he maintained that the man gave him a letter, and threatened harm if he didn't travel to Balangir and deliver the letter. Naturally, the police did not buy this lame story, and sent his computer to an Israeli company for analysis and recovery of deleted data. According to what the police were able to piece together, he began buying firecrackers and collecting gunpowder from them in October 2017, and made a bomb designed to explode on unwrapping, which he gift-wrapped in a box. One day in February the following year, he attended a class at his college in the morning, returned home, and then biked his way to the nearest railway station with the box, leaving his phone at home in what the police believe was an attempt to create an alibi. To avoid being captured by CCTV cameras at the station ticket counter, he took the train to Raipur without a ticket. He reportedly hired a rickshaw driver to visit 2 courier companies before deciding on one located in a basement. He walked out of the first one in panic when the employee asked him about the contents of the box. He took the evening train back home after booking in the parcel as gift articles consisting of sweets. The parcel passed through 3 buses and 4 pairs of hands before reaching Patnagarh on the 20th of February, and exploded in the victim's house 3 days later. The police say that Mayor, who attended both the wedding and funeral of the victim, had single-handedly planned the killing, by downloading a bomb-making manual from the internet and assembling the explosive at home. But what was his motive for sending the deadly parcel? "I was consumed by rage and hatred. I could not swallow the humiliation," Mayor allegedly told the police. An English lecturer, Meyer was the principal of Jyoti Vikas College in Patnagarh when he was replaced by the victim's mother, Sanjukta Sawa, a history lecturer 13 years his senior, in 2017. "I wanted to cause the maximum damage and wipe off her entire family," said Meyer, who has been eaten up with hatred and jealousy since then. He simply could not bear the humiliation when he was demoted from the post of principal and became the subject of ridicule and taunts from the staff and locals. According to the police, who seized firecrackers, gunpowder, a laptop, and a pen drive from Meyer. He meticulously planned his revenge for nearly 8 months, collecting almost 2 kilograms of gunpowder from firecrackers bought during Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights. With the help of the internet, and watching bomb-making videos on YouTube, he prepared and tested small bombs before sending the parcel and erasing his search history. Apparently a man of grand ambitions, he thought he was destined for bigger things in life, and was frustrated with unfulfilled expectations of himself, which made him want to create a splash that would draw everyone's attention, something so big that people would not forget him easily. "Well, at least he got his wish. Do you think I am mad?" he reportedly asked a police officer. "I should have been someone who had a helicopter at his beck and call, not just an English lecturer who drives a Datsun car. I'm as great as Vivekananda," he wrote in his diary, likening himself to the prominent Indian philosopher and spiritual leader. While in custody, he confessed to his crime, and even volunteered to give a demonstration of making the parcel bomb. Arrested on the 25th of April 2018, 2 months after he sent the bomb, Meyer was moved on the 8th of February 2019 to Balangir jail from Patnagarh sub-jail, following allegations that he masterminded a jailbreak attempt, along with other inmates, whom he reportedly incited. Protesting and denying his alleged role in the jailbreak bid, he went on a hunger strike for 10 days, fell sick, and was rushed to hospital on the 16th of February 2019. He subsequently applied for bail, but was refused in March of the same year. Meyer continues to make news even in jail. He was granted 1-day bail on the 12th of January 2020 when his mother passed away, followed by 4-day bail later in the same month to perform her post-funeral rites. In April 2022, it was reported that he was teaching English to fellow inmates in Balangir jail. He then appeared for a journalism examination conducted by Odisha State Open University on March 11, 2023 and again on August 29, 2023. Even a movie has been made based on Meyer as the central figure. Titled Patnagarh, 23 February, Odisha, the movie was set to be released, but based on objections from both Meyer's wife and the victim's family, Bombay High Court issued an order stating that the film could not be released until Meyer's trial was completed. Meyer's wife, Sodomini, who had accused the police of framing her husband because they could not catch the real culprit, stated in her petition that the trial is yet to begin, but the movie attempts to convey the message of her husband's guilt. The victim's family members, meanwhile, said that the producer and director did not inform them before making the movie, and also alleged that it portrayed Meyer as the hero. Meyer has yet to be punished for his heinous crime, and the victim's wife and family, who demand death penalty for the accused, are still waiting, even after all these years, for justice to be meted out to a man who was so consumed by rage and jealousy over a colleague's promotion that he thought even wiping off her entire family would not be enough. Thanks for watching.